Hello and welcome to LC State. My name is Beth Matuska. I am the International Enrollment Specialist here, so you will get to know me a bit later on. All right, so we want to make sure that you are prepared for your meeting with your advisor. Yes, so they want to make sure that you are ready when the time comes, which is coming up soon. November 11th is the start of advising. So let's get ready. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure to plan for your visa interview. Once you've received your I-20, then you're going to pay for your fee for the I-901. You're going to complete the document DS-160. Do some interview prep. You will be able to access the slide and presentations here, so please do prep for your interview. Yeah, you only get a couple of minutes to impress, all right? And make sure that you know your program of study. If you don't, that can make it more difficult to get through that interview. And then finally, get your visa. We hope at this point that you can check all of these boxes, right? Next up, very, very important is housing. Yes, you have a lot of options when it comes to housing. First of all, homestay. If you feel like you would be more comfortable, and of course, you would like a more direct connection to local American people, you can choose to live with a host family, one of the American families right within the area. Housing is generally within a short walk from campus. And of course, the traditional way is to go through different halls, different residence halls or dormitories. We have Talkington, Clark, College Place, Clearwater Hall. All of those are available to you. Now, sometimes if you're coming in the middle of the year during spring semester, there might be more limited options, but you are allowed on your application for housing to choose your top three options. So if the first choice is full, they'll put you on the second choice. Prices do vary depending on how many people are in each room. So if you have a one bedroom, please ensure that you prepare accordingly because that will be more expensive. I would click on each link for you, but I don't think our recording will follow. So let's make sure that you do look through each of those yourself. Okay? Big question is money. Very, very important to make sure that you have the amount listed uh, for 1 year. This is very important because while you may be able to work, you're only able to work up to 20 hours per week during the semester, 40 hours during the summer. And it does take a few weeks to a month or so once you've gotten the job offer in order to get the documentation to work. Costs are required to be paid at the beginning of the semester during the first week. You will be asked to pay for the cost of one semester. So the total per year estimated $32,538, which does include your personal costs like toiletries, books, and other things, due in the first week of classes, on average about $15,194. Right? That is not including, again, personal expenses. But if that amount is not available, you have the option for payment plans, right? So if you have a snag in your finances getting transferred, you can pay about 50% or a little less than 50% during that first week and set up a payment plan. That would allow you a short amount of time, up to about 60 days, in order to prepare and pay the rest of that semester. We want to make sure that you are ready because unfortunately, if payment is not made within that time frame, classes can be canceled, and we don't want you to end up in a difficult situation. As far as payments for regular expenses, major credit cards are accepted in most stores. Do bring your bank information to set up a bank account and transfer money, right? There are several banks within the area, and we will help you set up an account with a bank that accepts international students. So things to check on to make sure of: what is your daily transfer limit from your bank? How much can you spend each day? Please let your bank know that you are coming. All right, so please make sure that they know. Thank you. All right, now, Warrior Hub. This is the one thing that people really do ask for you to be comfortable with when you go to your counseling session for your classes, for your advising session. Warrior Hub is a place where all of the apps live that you need for LC State. Your admission letter would have given you information on where to go to access it. So you access it on our LC State website, right? Access it as soon as you can, as soon as you are admitted. And if not, please do so now. Your username is in your admission letter. There are how-to guidelines on the website, right? You will need to set a new password and download an app that is a second security check. All right. You need this to access a web program called Warrior Web. That is for advising. You will need to read through and agree to several agreements, including making a statement that yes, you will be attending, right? That needs to be done before you have an advising meeting. Please plan to spend 15 to 20 minutes for your first time accessing and for reading through agreements, right? Your email will be on the hub as well. So your LC mail is now students.lcstate.edu. Your username is in your admission letter. Also, the Do More app is very important. You will be able to join some clubs there. And finally, Handshake is one of the many apps that you will be using. This allows you to search for and apply for jobs. So in your first year, you can work on campus. And in fact, you can actually look through and start applying before you ever arrive. Keep that in mind. Packing. Packing is very important. Consider the environment. For clothes, pack for cold weather, sweaters and jackets. We are going to be in the middle of winter. The valley doesn't get as cold or as much snow as the surrounding environment outside the valley, but it does get cold. Please be ready. Your electronics, check voltage and plug type. You may need an adapter. You don't want your computer or your cell phone to get fried. With a bank card, we can help you open a bank account locally. Please make sure you bring your materials from your bank currently. Documents, please don't forget your I-20 passport and visa. With shoes, good walking shoes are important, as well as your fancy fun shoes. Yes, while campus is not huge, you may find yourself walking a lot. Please bring your phone. You can use the Wi-Fi on campus. There is free Wi-Fi. You do need to ask your phone company if it works in the US. You may need a new SIM card. You may need a new phone. Right? Bedding and towels, if you're in the dorms, these are provided. All right? So that is something you do not need. Orientation. January 10th is general orientation, mandatory for all new students. You get to meet all other incoming freshmen from across the US and the world. There will be a general all-day orientation. And in the afternoon, time to be announced, you will have a specific international student orientation. Please bring your documents, prepare for your new start here at LC State. Study. This is really important to note. Studying can take a lot of your time. You will be taking 12 or more credits. 9 or more must be in person. Yes, your visa requires this. Other classes after 9 can be online. You may or may not enjoy that format. Please think about that and talk about your preferences with your advisor. Study resources are abundant. We have free tutoring at our Student Success Center. We also have free writing help at the Writing Center. Those are both in the library. The class sizes are fairly small, 12 to 1 perhaps. A few might be a bit more than that, up to 15 or so, but usually it's a fairly small class. You will be, required to take SD 107 freshman orientation class. You get to learn study skills, get comfortable with campus life and campus environment so that you know what's expected of you. SD 192 is an international orientation class. Additionally, it's optional. It's a great way to settle in, get to know your international classmates, have some fun, right? Usually it's 1 day a week. And finally, let's get to know your town. This is Lewiston. It is a beautiful little city in a valley surrounded by grasslands. There are a bunch of trees on campus. We have an on-campus arboretum, and it is a beautifully maintained campus year-round. Downtown, just outside, we have the Snake River and the Salmon River as well, so you can see some gorgeous views over the bridges. Downtown at night is a quaint, happy little place where they occasionally will have music events or dance parties, seasonal festivals and events. Winter, again, looks a little cold. Bit of snow, but not too deep. And there will be a link to a city guide here that you may click. Visit Lewis Clark Valley Guide to get an idea of things not just in Lewiston, but in the valley beyond that you'd love to explore. Please do check it out. And the last thing we've been building up towards, STAR. STAR is your advising appointment for new incoming students, right? You will be going to the advising center rather than your major, generally speaking. So pre-registration, meet with your advisor before registration time. They want to know your academic achievements, where you are strong, where you are weak. If you have a transcript, please let them know, even if it hasn't been evaluated yet, if there's a college transcript. If you have taken the SATs, please let them know and share with them your scores. If you haven't, that's okay. Please, though, make sure you've logged into Warrior Web before your meeting. And I will include, once again, the instructions there. Yes, so if you have placement exams, that's great. Please share them. If not, that's okay too. Now, Gen Core. What is the General Core? Every student here must complete general education. Please follow the link, click through and see what you like. You do have a lot of options as to what you can take. Every student will be taking a math class. Every student will take some science with a science lab. You'll be taking an English class. But you've got a lot of options as to what you get to take, right? And be aware, please, all classes assign homework as part of the grade, not just as practice. So the tests are only a small portion. Please talk to your advisor about the amount of homework to expect when planning your classes. You don't want to end up on your first semester with an overload of homework. So please balance your classes with some of the more difficult and some of the easier, right? So be aware of that. You could end up spending a few hours per day, every day, doing some homework. Do expect to spend some time at the studying center or, of course, the library. We've got some great resources. Thank you so much. All right, please make sure to review all the links in this Prezi presentation, and we look forward to seeing you. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a great day.